Yo guys, I'm in Sudan and like this is the first weekend ever since I came here. I came on Monday by 9 Kenyan time. I was here. I'm saying Kenyan time because South Sudan is exactly 1 hour behind Kenyan time. So like right now it's let me see. Oh, it's 8:26 here in Kenya. It's 9:26. So I arrived here in the morning. My flight was set to begin at 7 in the morning. So I was supposed to be at JKIA by 4 a.m. So I was able to comply. But first, before we get to anything else about South Sudan, how about we talk about how I got here? And basically, I'm talking about like I'm literally living the testimony of taking a risk or like jumping onto an opportunity because I wasn't supposed to be here. Also, I just want to say the whole thing is the power of approaching a man because I'm here through a connection, a friend of mine. Well, not a friend of mine because I didn't know him. So I'll just say the power of approaching a man. So let me set this thing up and then we proceed. Very well then, I'm going to do this while I fold my clothes. So I was talking about the power of approaching a man. So everything happened within a span of just 1 week. And when I say this was thing supposed to happen, it's just a matter of like maybe fate and chance. Because like exactly 2 weeks ago, that's when the whole conversation began. But then before the 2 weeks, I think a week or a week and some days, there is this group that is called Educators Network. Basically, they post stuff, educational stuff. Basically, there are like all sorts of people there. There are teachers, like so many other people who are like really great in the education sector. And so in that group, there was this guy, Teso, and you know, people communicate and stuff like that. So for the first time ever, the members in the group decided to have a physical meeting, like take everything outside the WhatsApp group. And of course, there are people from different sections. So there are those ones from Nairobi, those ones from Kisumu, those ones from the coast, and blah, blah, blah. So those people from Nairobi, at that time I was living in Nairobi, but I didn't attend the meeting because I had some other stuff planned for the day. So I didn't attend the meeting. But then there was this guy, because I'm Teso, and I do believe that we are a minority. I saw his name. His name is Kale. So I saw him and then I was like, we are not so many people. So who is this guy? So I took it upon myself and I inboxed him. I was like, hi. Like I didn't have really anything in mind, but then I was like, I'm just interested in knowing you. So he told me he was from from North Peso and from South Peso. And you know, everything was just like normal. So we had known each other, we sent contacts, but then after that there was not much to really talk about. At that time he was even looking for a job. I don't think he did have one, he had, but you know, people always just want to move jobs. And so he told me in my school, in case I had of any opportunities, I should actually let him know. So like basically our conversation ended there, and what followed was just, you know, you have to accept some of this number when you have nothing to talk about. It's always like viewing status and stuff. So one time, shortly after I had sent his number, he had posted like a video, and when I looked at it, he was like, he seems to have landed somewhere. And so I was like, hey, what are you up to? And I was like, I just found myself in Juma. And I was like, oh, you found yourself? I also want those foundings. Like, it was just a conversation. And so from there, he was like, what are you teaching subjects? I told him I teach English. And then at that time, he told me the only opportunities that were there in the school that he had gone to, like, was English, but primary level. I teach English, and so high school level. And so when he told me it's primary level, I basically told him, well, English is English, so even if it's primary, we're there for the money, so I didn't mind. And then he was like, well, I'll talk to the principal, and if the opportunity is still there, we'll give you a shout. So before we parted for the day, he asked me to send his, he asked me to send him my resume, which I did. So the next day, I don't remember the time of day, the principal inboxed me, the CV, and then he was like, I believe this is you. And I was like, yeah, this is a massa. And so one thing led to another, and yeah, everything else was confirmed. But then I remember at that time, on the 29th of August, we were opening school for the new academic year at my center. and so we had to go back to work. So those conversations had started, but then I wasn't sure because I didn't have like an offer letter yet, and so I was following up on the same. Oh my god, it was so much waiting because I kept asking this guy, and then he was like, "I'll send you your offer letter today." By the end of the day, nothing. The next day again, nothing. So I was like becoming impatient, and I remember telling my friend when everything happened, like when everything began, I was like, this is how my life is gonna change. Like I can't be here, but then in the next few days I want to be here. And then she was like, why? What is happening? But then I told her about the opportunity. At that time, like, remember I said we were just talking, like there was nothing that was supposed to happen, and everything happened within just 1 week. So I think how many days later? Is it 4? Because I remember we were having a staff meeting on Thursday, and my offer letter came that same afternoon at around 3 p.m. Yeah. So we had a meeting, our staff meeting, like to begin the term, like where we had to organize ourselves and see, give direction to the term beginnings. And so I was supposed to go tell the head teacher, like our head of section at the time, about the opportunity because I just wanted to live on a clean slate. I wanted to not just disappear, but also to just be able to clear from the school to show that I'm no longer serving there. So that particular day, I remember that was on Thursday. So on Wednesday in the morning, like I was speaking to one of my friends. He was part of the school administration, and so I just went and told him, there is this and this happening, and if all goes well, I won't be allowed to teach here anymore. Unfortunately for him, we were having a conversation as friends, so he went to tell my head of section, and then during the meeting, she was like, and one of you went to tell so and so, I don't know, like basically the whole point was on breach of protocol. So she was kind of like not taking it because I had told somebody who is part of the admin instead of telling her who is my head of section. Anyway, all hell had broken loose, and it was just like a sign I can't fit there anymore. So what did I have to do? After the meeting, I went to tell her, well, I didn't intend to tell the other guy. I was just doing that as because of my friend. I didn't know he'd tell her. So she told me, well, all you need to do is, well, it's an opportunity you've gotten and you can't hold you here. So all you need to do is give your resignation. So resignation, yeah. Resignation. Yeah. So I asked, do I do it with a letter or I have to do an email, official email? But then she advised I should do an email. I got home, I forgot. So I sent my resignation the next morning. So that is after I got my offer letter. So the whole thing just happened because I got someone I didn't even know about. Was just like, well, I think let me just know who this is, but then this is where it's landed me. So basically this is what this video was supposed to be about. So in my subsequent videos I'll tell you how it's been since I came here for the past 1 week, because it's also a lot. And then I'll do another video on some of the things about some of the things that I've been able to learn about Sudan. So I'm sure you want to know that. So let's see what subsequent video will come. So until next time, it's bye for now. I'll see you in my next one.